Good morning, everyone. I am your teacher, Mr. Romulo A. Ato Jr. Today, we're going to have hand tricks in trigonometry. Can you find the exact value of the following without using a scientific calculator? For example, sine 0 degrees, cosine 45 degrees, tangent 30 degrees, cosine 90 degrees, and tangent 60 degrees. If not, oh come on, let's study the hand tricks in trigonometry. For the angle 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. Our objective: find the exact value of trigonometric functions of 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees using your hand. So let's start. So this is your hand. Open your hand. Label your fingers with the angles as seen in the figure. So we have 0 degrees for your small finger, 30 degrees for your ring finger, 45 degrees for your middle finger, 60 degrees for your point finger, and 90 degrees for your thumb. Let's have the sine function. So for sine function, we have sine of the given angle equals the square root of number of fingers below over 2. So you are going to count the number of fingers below the given angle. So let's have an example for sine function. For example, we have sine 45 degrees. So all you have to do is to count the number of fingers below 45 degrees. So sine 45 degrees is equal to the square root of 2, which is the number of fingers below, over 2. Hence, our sine 45 degrees is equal to the square root of 2 over 2. For sine 90 degrees, count the number of fingers below 90 degrees. So we have sine 90 degrees is equal to the square root of 4, which is the number of fingers below of 90 degrees over 2. Simplifying, we have sine 90 degrees is equal to the square root of 4, which is 2 over 2. Hence, our sine 90 degrees is equal to 1. Let's try. Can you find the following? Number 1, sine 0 degrees. Number 2, sine 30 degrees. Number 3, sine 60 degrees. Let's check your answer. Number 1, sine 0 degrees. If your answer is 0, then you are correct. Number 2, sine 30 degrees. If your answer is 1/2, you are correct again. Number 3, sine 60 degrees is equal to the square root of 3 over 2. Good job! Let's have cosine function. So for cosine function, we have cosine of the given angle is equal to the square root of number of fingers above over 2. So you are going to count the number of fingers above the given angle. For example, cosine 60 degrees. So for cosine 60 degrees, count the number of fingers above 60 degrees. So we have cosine 60 degrees is equal to the square root of 1, which is the number of fingers above of 60 degrees over 2. So simplifying, we have cosine 60 degrees is equal to the square root of 1 is 1 over 2. Hence, cosine 60 degrees is equal to 1/2. Next, example. Cosine 0 degrees. So count the number of fingers above 0 degrees. So for cosine 0 degrees is equal to the square root of 4, which is the number of fingers above 0 degrees over 2. So we have cosine 0 degrees is equal to the square root of 4 is 2 over 2. Hence, cosine 0 degrees is equal to 1. Let's try again. Find the following. Number 1, cosine 90 degrees. Number 2, cosine 30 degrees. Number 3, cosine 45 degrees. Let's check your answer. Number 1, cosine 90 degrees. If your answer is 0, you're correct. For number 2, cosine 30 degrees. And if your answer is square root of 3 over 2, you are correct again. For number 3, cosine 45 degrees is equal to the square root of 2 over 2. Very good. For tangent function, tangent is equal to sine over cosine. So tangent of the given angle is equal to the square root of number of fingers below over the square root of number of fingers above. So you are going to count the number of fingers below for sine and above for cosine of the given angle. Let's have an example. Tangent 45 degrees. So you are going to count the number of fingers below, that is for sine, and above for cosine of 45 degrees. Then, tangent 45 degrees is equal to the square root of 2, which is the number of fingers below, over the square root of 2, which is the number of fingers above 45 degrees. So by simplifying, we have tangent of 45 degrees is equal to 1. Let's have another example. Tangent 30 degrees. For tangent 30 degrees, you are going to count the number of fingers below for sine and above for cosine of 30 degrees. So tangent 30 degrees is equal to the square root of 1 over the square root of 3. So tangent 30 degrees is equal to the square root of 1 over square root of 3 times the square root of 3 over square root of 3 by rationalizing the denominator. As you can see, we have a radical in the denominator. So to simplify the radical in the denominator, we're going to rationalize it. So we have tangent 30 is equal to the square root of 3 over 3. Let's try. Find number 1, tangent 0 degrees. Number 2, tangent 60 degrees. And number 3, tangent 90 degrees. Let's have the answers. Number 1, tangent 0 degrees is equal to 0. Number 2, tangent 60 degrees is equal to square root of 3. Number 3, tangent 90 degrees is equal to undefined. So class, work smart, not hard. So if you can have shortcuts in your solution and you can defend your solution with the shortcuts, there you have it. So thank you for listening. This is your teacher, Mr. Romulo A. Ato Jr.